Rap Delites. Rap Delites. Rap Delites.
Yo, welcome to the Rap Delites podcast. What's popping in the streets? What's going on? Huh?
Peace.
What?
Peace.
What the fuck was that?
This how it was before the camera started.
Man, fuck all that, man. Let's start it again. You know what I mean? Yo, welcome to the Rap Delites podcast. I am Bats, Mouth Almighty, the Fresh Grinch, Hollywood Hoagie, the Potty Mouth podcast himself, your friendly neighborhood hope dealer, and I am the moderator and host of the Rap Delites podcast, home of organic hip-hop commentary. No gossip, no cultural appropriation. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean,
You like that spill?
I got to give you the Corbin Dallas answer.
What's that?
Peace.
By my side is my brother, Brainiac Maniac, TSK1, artist extraordinaire. What's happening, brother? How your week been? What's that?
Man, I ain't gonna say it's been shitty, but I mean, you know what? In the wake of the things that's been going on lately, you know what I mean? It serves as a reminder. You know what I mean? I was walking down the street today, coming from the market or coffee shop, either one. But and then brother, I acknowledged the brother acknowledged me, and he said, at least we woke up.
Yeah.
So I just, to tip my hat and acknowledge that, and basically just, again, like just in the wake of things. Yeah, man, things could be worse, and it just serves as a reminder.
Yeah, absolutely. So, shout out to you, man. Rap Delights podcast is streaming on all platforms, including and not limited to Spotify, YouTube, Iheartradio, Apple Podcasts, and Facebook. What was that, Sunday?
What's that?
And a text came through, but I was online, and everything's online now with the whole Kobe Bryant thing. How did you find out about it?
I was laying down, and then I had nodded off.
Mm-hmm.
Then Greek, I dipped off. I was on my way to sleep, and Greed had just he had yelled out. He basically like get the fuck out of here. And, it shook me. I woke up, I came to, I was just like, what the,
Mm-hmm.
So he said what happened. And he was saying, TMZ was reporting it.
Mm-hmm.
So once I heard that, and, I was like, okay, it's still a chance that is
It's a mistake.
Right. So then, we all turn the radio on. Because he had his phone on. I think the radio was off. Because we had the radio on. I always I favorably as a default, I listen to sports radio.
Uh-huh.
And that's just what it is. So they was going to be on it anyway. So, but we had the radio on. I think that's where he got the call from.
Mm-hmm.
From the radio. They reported on the radio.
The radio had reported that TMZ had said it.
Right.
Okay.
Then we started grabbing phones.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, so I mean, I was watching. I mean, I was sitting here editing, and I'm on the computer anyway and everything like that, and it was just like, wow, it was just like something crazy. And then when I found out his daughter was with him, like that shit just like fucked me all the way up, like And I was, you know me for all our life. I've never in my life been a sports fan or a basketball fan at all.
Right.
But I used to like that dude. Because he used to fucking ball.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And aside, it's not, about, what team you like and, where you think a person is from or what team a person plays for.
Mm-hmm.
Once you crank way past and way deeper than all of that, the depth of a human being, it was extraordinary.
Mm-hmm.
I just in terms of like motivational, he shot up in that in those regards because he was extraordinary in that regard as to like live your life.
Mm-hmm.
You ain't got time to cry, complain, bitch and moan. Just get to it.
Yeah.
And he got to it and he mastered. You know, he lived several lifetimes.
Yeah, he absolutely did. I mean, championship basketball player, Oscar winner.
And as I say that, I scoff at it because I mean, what does that mean? But yeah, you know.
You know what I mean? Everything. So, you know what I mean? We just wanted to acknowledge Kobe Bryant and Gianna Bryant. I was out last night and the Lakers played their first game
right.
Since he had passed away and everything like that. And LeBron James did a speech and Wiz Khalifa and what's the brother's name? Charlie Puth performed "See You Again," the same song that was on
right,
Fast and Furious 7 for Paul Walker.
Yeah, because I wasn't sure until I read the. I went on a link and I checked it out. I was like,
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you know, we would be remiss. You know, because not only 2 people lost their lives, there were 7 other people that lost their lives in that flight. So
Yeah.
we would be remiss if we did not acknowledge
them.
those people as well.
Absolutely. Yeah, rest in peace to Kobe Bryant and Gianna Bryant and everybody else that passed away and everything like that. We're gonna get into the show. TSK1. I know you don't fuck with the Grammys, but you did put up a picture from the Grammys.
And I'm aware that it took place at the Grammys, but I did not indulge and I did not view any of the ceremonies, which I should have.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm kind of on this stupid show. I might as well look at it, you know, so I have something to talk about.
Well, prior to the show, Diddy was at the Clive Davis pre-Grammy gala, and he got a icon.
That dude always got something going on.
He got an icon honor over there and everything like that, and he made a demand to the Recording Academy to honor black music in his acceptance speech, and basically put him on a clock, saying that they have a year to tighten it up, or they're going to be making some drastic changes as far as black artists. And
so, is Mr. Combs going to lead by example?
I guess he is. From what from the way I hear it.
Right.
From the way it's a 45-minute speech, but that part was only about like 5-10 minutes, whatever like that. From the way the way he says it and the way he was talking and the people that were in the room.
Did he sound sincere?
He sounded sincere. You know what I mean?
Because sometimes I don't know.
Basically, they were talking about basically what was in the beginning when they first got a rap Grammy.
Right.
Basically, he was talking about boycotting.
Yeah.
Completely and utterly. Now I know that like Salt and Pepper and people like that boycotted back in the 80s, and I also know that guys like Jay-Z have boycotted before in recent years. You know what I mean? So, but Puffy was basically saying basically a blackout of the Oscars, not the Oscars, of the Grammys and everything like that. And he called to action everybody that was in the room and everything like that. Saying,
you get a couple people, heavy hitters behind, they can mobilize them.
Yeah,
I believe that.
Yeah, so that's basically what Puff was saying. This was the pre-Grammy gala that Clive Davis had thrown and everything like that.
And I do not, I'm kind of iffy with Mr. Combs.
Mm-hmm.
I'm iffy with him. That's my word. I'm kind of like, I don't, but if a call came out and Cass was about it,
yeah,
I'd second that.
Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah, I would second that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Burn the Grammys down. With that.
Also, Lil Nas X.
Oh my God.
That's your man's, right?
This fucking prick.
That's your man's, right?
You get a load of this fucking prick was wearing. What the fuck was that?
That's the motherfucker. He was rocking his outfit.
You condone that shit?
I'm saying that he can dress how he wants to dress.
Sure he can. But I can ridicule him for wearing what he was wearing.
I ridicule. We ridiculed J. Cole on this
we
very
did.
show.
We had a whole fucking segment on it. We have a whole fucking segment with his pink belly out wearing them up. Did you see him with his hands appropriately so? What the fuck was he wearing?
He was wearing a cowboy outfit.
Oh, Jesus.
He a cowboy.
A cowboy?
A cowboy.
What kind of cowboy? The Village People?
No, maybe.
The Village person?
Was there a cowboy in the Village People?
Yes, it was.
And a construction worker, right?
It was a bunch of them. It was
a construction worker.
It was a bunch of professions.
And all that kind of stuff. Like what? A cowboy's professions?
I guess. Was you a Peter Puffer?
Listen, I'm in full support of him being able to dress how he wants to dress.
Please.
I am. What
the Italians say? Vaffanculo.
Listen, I'm in full support of a Lil Nas X wearing whatever he wants to wear. I'm not. My biggest thing. Go ahead. Or you want me to continue? I'm in full support of him wearing whatever he wants to wear.
I want to be. I want to be right with what I'm going to say.
My only problem with Lil Nas X is his music is fucking terrible.
Yeah, that's
that's it. Now, but you
so why was he wearing an outfit like that? Is he?
Is he what?
Is he?
He said he was part of the community or whatever like that, but I don't care about that. Like, you can be a part of that community. If you make dope music, I don't care if you're gay. I love Frank Ocean.
Yeah, I didn't like that shit.
You know what I mean?
I didn't like that shit when Miss Smith brought it on the show.
Yeah.
Talking about what's that
Old Town Road
cowboy shit?
Yeah, Old Town Road. So I don't like the music. Like I've seen.
I don't condone that shit.
We've grown up and we've seen motherfuckers wearing some outlandish outfits.
Motherfuckers can wear what they're going to wear.
Exactly.
And I'm going to say, like,
you going to say what you're going to say.
That's some bitch ass shit.
But if the music is dope, whatever. I've seen Prince walk in with ashless chaps.
Pretty much.
You know what I mean?
You ain't lying.
I remember when those outfits Michael Jackson used to be walking around, sailor outfits and shit with rhinestones and carrying Emmanuel Lewis. The nigga was carrying Emmanuel Lewis. Am I lying?
You ain't lying.
He was carrying a grown man.
I guess he was like, he liked chimps and shit.
He carried a grown man.
But he wanted to carry a grown man.
He carried a grown man on stage.
Fuck it. So you equating Prince and Michael Jackson to that shit?
No. I'm saying that they got a pass because their music was great. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
That's all I'm saying.
Okay, all right.
They got a pass because their music was great. He's not going to get a pass because his music ain't great. That's all I'm saying. That's it. That's all. That's my stance.
But how many motherfuckers was dressing weird like in fucking in the 80s?
A lot of motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Dr. Dre.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
He was all androgynous. Ain't that what isn't that what it's called?
World Class Records.
Yeah, that's in there. They was wearing makeup and silk. And
David Bowie.
David Bowie is
Elton John.
Elton John is Elton John.
He don't count.
Yeah. Well, what I'm saying, but in the midst of all of that, all of their music was great. I listened to that Lil Nas X album. That album is trash.
That was the only song on there?
Not even that song. The album is trash. It only got steam. Like I said on earlier.
I saw that shit. And who was it? Was it Pastor Troy that really lit into it?
Yeah.
Pastor Troy does a podcast or a radio show.
Well, I don't know what Pastor Troy did.
Something like that.
I don't know. But what Pastor Troy was doing, he was doing a little too much.
I don't know specifically what he did, but I just saw.
It was like a big homophobic rant. You know what I mean? It was a big homophobic rant. And he didn't have to do all that. You don't like the motherfucker outfit or whatever the case may be, you just don't like his fucking outfit. Motherfuckers can do whatever they want to do.
I don't like the outfit.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, he can do what he wants to do.
That's
and
fine.
guess who else can do what they want to do? I can't.
Yeah.
That shit was fucking...
But the tearing to the young boy because of sexuality, that was like, you know what I mean, he didn't have to go there. You know what I mean? It wasn't necessary. You know what I mean? Because my personal opinion, probably about 80% of the music industry or the fucking entertainment industry is fucking bi anyway. You know what I mean? So if you're going to start tearing into this black kid, you better start tearing into everybody else. I ain't never seen Pastor Joy tear into Elton John. You know what I mean? If you're going to tear into one, you got to tear into everybody. You know what I mean? And that's the way I look at it. You know what I mean? I'm not going to tear apart a young boy, a black young boy, exclusively. Exclusive. I'm not going to do it. That's me. That's all I'm saying.
I don't think he would need to tearing Elton John.
Well, who is he? But what I'm saying, he don't need to tear into Lil Nas X. You know what I mean? Who's giving him the position?
I don't know what he said specifically.
Yeah.
I don't know how he said what he said.
It's written down.
But
it's in our group text.
Man, it's like somebody gotta say something.
Okay, who?
He did.
Somebody perfect?
Remember,
who's gonna say something? Who's gonna say something? Somebody perfect?
When you make a statement, well, none of us are perfect.
Exactly. So who are you? Or who is Pastor Troy? You know what I mean? That's all I'm saying. If he was trying to educate and help the brother, that's one thing. Mm-hmm. That's not what he was doing. He was just cutting with a knife. He was just cutting with a knife. He's not trying to help the brother. He's not trying to educate. You know what I mean? He's just saying that shit is wrong, that shit is gay. You know what I mean? Calling him all kinds of slurs and stuff like that. That ain't helping.
Sure.
That's not helping. And that's all I'm saying. Ain't nothing wrong with saying something and mentioning something, but you got to be in the right spirit of it, especially when you're talking to young brothers. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. If you're not there to help young brothers, you know what I mean? You just shut the fuck up. That's my stance on it. You know what I mean? And that's why when I read what Pastor Troy said, I'm like, dude, who you just come out the woodworks and just cut this boy's neck like that? Like, who are you? Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? But that's just my personal opinion on it. You know what I mean? Then Nas performed with Lil Nas X. Your boy Nas.
That's your boy.
Nah. That's your man's.
I like this earlier.
Illmatic. When he got to that Nostradamus phase, you tuned out.
He had a few joints here and there, you know. But, yeah, you know. But yeah, you know, I like this earlier stuff. He was tune outable.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He was very worthy of being tuned out.
Yeah.
This is my opinion.
Yeah, well, Nas performed the Lil Nas X. That was at the Grammys. And then also Tyler, the Creator, won Best Rap Album. And he kind of like shitted on the whole situation.
Yeah, he was like, gave a, I mean, I don't know if it was ungrateful, but I heard about it. They talked about it on another, the Breakfast program.
Uh-huh.
And they basically, what was Charlamagne's take on it? Was basically said that I would, you know, I'm bigger than rap. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That
well, shit. Honestly, he only rapped like 3 times on the album. Sure. He didn't even rap on the album, but it still won Best Rap Album, and I think that was his thing. He was like, "Yo, y'all just put me in the fucking box over there because of who I am. Y'all ain't even probably listen to this shit. Because if y'all would have listened to it, y'all would have saw that I didn't even rap."
Yeah, I mean, I guess you like what, you know, however you come out is how, you know, that's why I don't like that shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, you can't move or grow beyond, you know, the shit that you debuted on.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You might be singing on your you know, on your 5th. You was rapping on your first project, you sing it on your 5th. Mm-hmm. You still gonna get categorized as a rapper.
Yeah, and I think that was his problem. You know what I mean? I don't think he was saying he was bigger than rap. He was just saying that I wasn't rapping. But you know, Charlamagne always got to put some fucking spice on everything. You know what I mean, to make it sound good or whatever the case may be. But that was the Grammys basically in a nutshell. Lil Nas X.
Did you watch it? Yeah,
I watched it. Yeah, I checked it out. I check out all the award shows. I watch fucking Golden Globes. I watch the Emmys. I watch everything. This whole fucking season, I'm sitting there. It's because usually on those Sundays
maybe I should have watched it. I was sitting there. I was after the fact. I was like, maybe I should have tuned in.
Yeah, it's something to check out. You know what I mean? It's not. I mean, it was some good performances on there. You know what I mean? It was cool. You know what I mean?
What was some of the dope performances?
Lizzo had a good performance.
Really?
Yeah, she didn't have her ass out or anything like that. She put up she did a good performance. They did a tribute to Nipsey Hussle. Yeah. Meek did a real good job with that. Khaled was there. Khaled won his first Grammy. You know what I mean? So, you know, it was dope. It was cool. You know what I mean? Nipsey Hussle got a Grammy for Racks in the Middle and everything like that. So it was kind of cool. You know what I mean? It was dope. I mean, maybe we'd be in the audience one day.
So this
like a seat filler.
You put me in a goddamn balcony.
Like the old dudes on the Muppets?
Yeah. That'd be one of them.
Who they used to Huckle Fozzie.
What was their names?
Waldorf and so they were named at the hotels. One I forget, but we'll come back with that. But yeah, they used to heckle Fozzie Bear.
They used to heckle everybody, didn't they?
Yeah. That's what they did. You know what I mean? So We're going to be right back with more Rap Delites, more TSK1, more bats. We got some more stuff coming for y'all. You know what I mean? I'm Bats.
I'm Miss Smith.
And I'm TSK1.
And you're watching Rap Delites.
Welcome back to the Rap Delites podcast. I am Bats. That is TSK1. Not to be confused with TSK2 or Toski. What they call you in a Tisk? Tisk 1.
It's like
Tisk.
Shout out to Nomadic Poet.
Oh my God, man. That's
Yeah,
funny.
that's the first. I was like, tisk.
Yeah. Well, you know, I mean, that's what it, I mean, if you're just looking at it, that's what it looks like.
Whatever. It's wrong though.
Yeah, his name isn't Tisk 1.
Right, Dom?
Yeah, well.
Where's my joint?
All right, so we're going to get into it. Back into it. Rap Delights podcast is back. In light of P. Diddy championing black excellence and black ownership and everything else black and everything like that.
I champion all that.
Yeah, absolutely. But in the midst of all that, rappers Mase and Sauce Money from Mase and Sauce Money blast P. Diddy for his shady business deals. Basically, Mase was saying that, you know what I mean, you bought my publishing for 20 grand back in 24 years ago, and you still got it.
Still got it. He said he was offered to buy it back for how much? $2 million?
$2
What's
million?
the number?
I think it might have been.
It's $2 million. And the exchange, what was that, a tweet? That wasn't a tweet. Because there was too many
Yeah. No, I think it was a tweet, but I think they like ran together or something like that. I don't know. It doesn't matter. You know what I mean?
Go ahead, continue.
But yeah, so he basically he said Mase tried to buy. You know what I mean, and he charged him. He was going to charge him through the nose for the shit back. And then Sauce Money took a lump sum for writing "I'll Be Missing You."
Word.
And you know what I mean, didn't get any real residuals from
right.
that. The
That's
case
right.
may be. So you know what I mean.
Sauce was right.
Yeah, he did write that. You know what I mean. But in that case, in not even in Diddy's defense, in the defense of record making, Diddy didn't even really make a whole lot of money off of that record. Sting got a lot of that money.
Right.
Sting, like motherfuckers sit there and talk about crying about what Sauce Money didn't get. Like Sting got a bulk of that fucking money.
I figured with it, we was talking about that on the Drink Champs program. And he was saying that Sting was like, "I'll have this."
Yeah, I'll take that money. Thank you very much. You know what I mean? And that's I like everybody's coming out to about Puff and everything like that, or anybody with like shady business deals. And this is the way the record industry was ran.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah.
And whether it was Diddy, whether it was Clive Davis, whether it was Leo Cohen's, whether it was Jimmy Levine.
So what you saying?
I'm saying that I'm not going to just single him out because he's black, because he was taught that way through the industry.
Us or Mase? Because he got a beef.
Well, Mase,
he got a valid gripe.
Well, Mase, he sold him his publishing.
Okay.
What's the gripe? He wanted to buy it back. He gave him a price.
That's bullshit. Get the fuck out of here.
He wanted to buy it back. Listen, it's a business, Ty.
It's a business. And
So what?
It's a 19-year-old kid. You don't think that's unethical to say, let me...
Listen, but he don't know. He didn't... How did he would have never known that Mase was going to make that much money. You can't guarantee that.
Mm-hmm.
You can't guarantee that Mase was going to sell 1 billion records. No industry dude knows that. You're taking a chance.
Did he sell 1 billion records?
I know he didn't sell 1 billion records. Just saying
just
that when a kid walks into a record label, whatever the case may be, they got a tape or a book of rhymes or whatever the case may be. Most of the time, record labels are gambling on whether this kid is going to make any kind of fucking money.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And they invest in whatever that kid is doing.
Sure.
That's the record business. And most times those motherfuckers aren't anybody. They don't make any kind of money. Diddy lost a ton of money on a ton of motherfuckers. You know what I mean?
We're not talking about a ton of motherfuckers.
No,
We're talking about specific.
I'm talking about specific Mase, but what I'm saying is he had a business investment in Mase. He had a business investment in Big. He had a business investment in Lil. All of them niggas came in there jack, crack, broke with nothing but a book of rhymes.
Sure.
You know what I mean? And he invested in them and he got a profit on it. That's it. He want to buy his masters or his whatever back, he sell it back to him at a price of what it's worth today. It wasn't worth tit when he first got signed because he wasn't nobody. So he got 20 grand for it.
So so people like this are just supposed to go with the status quo and not stand up and say and exercise their own ethics, even the way that business is ran, to educate black excellence then, or is black excellence now?
Well,
because what did he get religion?
Well, no,
did he see the light?
Well, the environment is changing now. Ownership is more prevalent now.
Okay.
More like with the internet and everything. This was before the internet.
So it was cool then, but it ain't cool now.
Well, it can't work now. You understand what I'm saying?
Because that model is
dead.
On his deathbed.
That was a dead model. That model doesn't work now. So he can't run a company or do something like that now. So he has to change. You know what I mean? Everybody changes. Everybody.
So you're saying he has a motive?
Oh, everybody has a motive.
Sure.
Because you got to change.
So he has an agenda.
Everybody has an agenda. But what I'm saying is things change. Like, let's say for argument's sake, right? You're an artist, right? You sell me one of your paintings for $100, right? 25, 30 years from now becomes worth millions of dollars. You can't come back to me and say, yo, I need some extra bread. You only paid me $100. You can't do that. I paid you what you was worth at the time.
I wouldn't do nothing.
But this is what he's doing. he's acting like he's gonna get his catalog for 20 grand like he got paid for. It wasn't worth 20. It was only worth 20 grand then.
So Sean Combs bought he sold it at 19 years old. All of his book of rhymes.
That
would happen.
Well, he had his publishing. Most of those kids don't have a pot to piss in.
Okay.
So they don't have any publishing companies, they don't have any money, they don't have any.
Get your publishing set up and then come talk to me. No?
No. We pushing this machine.
And that's it.
That's it.
My machine and
now you can always say, I'm gonna give you 20 grand. You can always say no.
Okay.
You can always say no. But most motherfuckers sitting up there and you jack, crack, broke ain't gonna say no to 20 grand. But you can say no.
Remember this is the thing that man, I'm hearing the double standard. Remember it's the thing that's once like that, people blaming, this is a conversation we had a long ago about, these artists not being educated enough. It's on the artist. It's the artist's fault. It's these young kids' fault. Just as you said, being jack, crack, broke and not turning down a lump sum coming out the projects or wherever, wherever they've come from, and being faced, having the most money that they've ever seen in their lives placed in front of them just for a song. Mm-hmm. You're right. I mean, and I'm not saying like nobody they don't know the value of what that is about. Coming off the street. But I'm just whose job is it? Is nobody?
It's whoever. It's your job. Like I remember Joe Budden was having a conversation. It was like
that's who named you evoked in that regard.
Joe Budden had a conversation. He was like, listen. He was like, all right, if we're in the streets, right, doing street shit, selling dope, you got to know the dope business. In and out to be dealing in the streets and selling dope, selling crack, whatever the fuck you selling. If not, you going to end up on the shit and in the dope business. Period. That's the streets. You and I grew up in the streets. As us being in the streets, certain places. I ain't going there because I know what this is about. I ain't walking down that block because I know what this is about. Because the streets was your business because you were living in it. People are going into this business and they're not.
It's life and death.
That's what I'm saying. But the same thing. They're going into this business and they're thinking that and they're not educating themselves. Nobody is around them. You know how it is when we ran into rap motherfuckers whose managers was barbershop owners and shit like that. Like that's bullshit. You were supposed to be smarter than that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You can't go into a motherfucking billion-dollar company with some dude that ran a fucking barber shop and expect to walk out of there with a good deal. It don't work like that. That's the problem. But now with the new business model with the internet and stuff like that, these kids are making money. They know you're not going to make money regardless off of records anyway.
No, I said.
Yeah, I mean, you ain't making money off of records anyway. You ain't making money off of records anyway. So the tours and the shows and the merch is where you're making money. So all these kids are like, yo, fuck that. I ain't even got to go to a record label. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it's making record execs like Puffy and stuff like that change their tune and stuff like that. Absolutely. But they're going to change their tune.
So is it like?
But it's just
staying relevant.
Well, I mean, he's always going to be relevant because that's what he does. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? But what I'm saying is, it's just like back in the day with the NBA. Guys like Wilt the Stilt and stuff like that were getting peanuts. Mm-hmm. Peanuts with bad feet running around with Chuck Taylors for fucking 20 years. Am I lying? Am I lying?
I'm not saying you're lying.
So now, with guys like LeBron James and Steph Curry, and they making all this money, Wilt the Stiltman can't sit back like, you know what I mean, and curse the NBA out.
Oh, Wilt is passed on.
Well, what I'm saying is they can't curse the NBA out because of the practices of the NBA of the 70s as opposed to the practices of the NBA now. It's a new game. Chalk it up to the game. You had your time. You didn't do it. These young boys are getting it now. These young boys are getting guap now. And that's great for them. Salute to them. You got it. You got fucked in a game that you didn't know. Maybe you should have stayed in the streets. You knew that better. A lot of motherfuckers do that. Motherfuckers leave the industry and go back to the streets because they know that better.
From what some of the talk is that he didn't know that either.
Yeah, exactly.
You know.
So that's what I'm saying. I mean, I understand shady business practices.
Based on some of my research.
Yeah, I understand shady business practices, but I mean, you can't go shitting on somebody totally because you went in there with your ass out. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like I said, if I buy a painting off of you today for $100, you can't come back 20 years from now after it's worth $1 million and say, can I get a piece? Like, nah, I bought it off you. It's done. The transaction is done. Now you can buy it.
I'm almost offended that he would imply that I wouldn't do that.
But what I'm saying is, I'll sell it back to you at the price that it's worth now. That's a shady business deal?
You don't have to take that tone.
I'm just saying. That's not a shady business deal.
If I fucking sold you a painting, it's fucking yours.
It's mine. And
I'm gonna fucking sling some more paint.
And then I'm saying, if I wanted to sell it back to you, I could sell you back at the price that it's valued at that day.
I don't want it.
Oh, there you go.
I'll paint another one.
That's what Mase should do.
Better.
And that's what Mase should do. Make another record that you own.
There you go.
Know what I mean? There we go.
He want that catalog.
He want that catalog.
He said he offered to pay $2 million before.
yeah.
Some shit like that. I read the little.
Diddy was like, nah. All right, we're gonna be right back. More Rap Delites, more TSK1. Yeah, I mean. What's going on, people? I'm Bats, Mouth Almighty, the Fresh Grinch, the Potty Mouth podcaster himself, and you are watching Rap Delites. Welcome back to the Rap Delites podcast. I am Bats, that is TSK1. Chrissy Mack is here. What's up, Mac?
What's up, y'all?
What's good? How's your week going? You and TSK1, man.
I can't wait to come in and say I'm good and actually
good
mean that
and
shit.
actually mean it.
You know
All
what I
right,
mean?
no problem.
But I'm
no
gonna fake
problem.
it for the camera.
Yeah, you gonna fake it till you make
No,
it.
my
fake it
week
too.
was fucking fantastic. What are you talking about?
You were up there. I said, "Hey, TSK1, how'd your week go?"
I had to think about it.
I
You didn't hear what that soliloquy I gave about
heard it.
about
I heard it, but initially you gave me
what I had. I
gave me
know
gloom and doom.
I know. Once I have given wisdom and light, anything that I had said prior to should be null and void.
Okay, all right, I'll give you that.
Ha ha ha.
I'll give you that. All right, so we're going to get into, as we always do every week, every single solitary week on the Rap Delites podcast, we're going to get into what we've been listening to. We're going to shoot over here to my brother TSK1, Tisk1.
Now,
Not to be confused with
Not to be confused with TSK.
Seven.
Seven.
I ain't been
TSK2.
here for the last broadcast podcast. Not broadcast, podcast. So, I listen to a lot of shit, and again, it's a difference between, what I'm listening to and what I'm working on. I've been listening to some Quincy Jones shit, but a lot of Quincy Jones. What's that album?
Early Quincy Jones, or when he after he started going to Hollywood?
No, what's that? I know Body Heat and The Dude.
Oh yeah,
those two albums are that I discovered personally, like driving on motherfucking.
I got the Dude upstairs.
That ass I-76.
I got the Dude upstairs.
That is the best. You
on vinyl.
Man, good for you. Kudos. What's the
Just good to it.
Yeah. What I've been working on is this right here.
Fam, it's your friendly neighborhood fly guy, Cool Kim. So check this shit out, man. Let's go out to y'all so-called real rap heads and shit like that.
Just listen.
A lot of y'all full of shit, man. Y'all need to just shut up, man, and cut it out, man. Real tough, man. Because if you think that being a real rap head is qualified by the fact that you could rattle off some shit from 1990, whatever, you know what I mean? Like, yo, son, I'm a fan of this and that album. You're like, yo, son, that shit was 1990. Nigga, what the fuck is you talking about? This shit out right now. Nigga, this is 2020. I'm saying niggas you talking about from 1990 got hot shit right now in 2020, and you don't know none of that shit. You talking about whatever happened to you.
Just listen.
Dropped 3 or 4 albums in the last 5 years. Fuck is you talking about, son? Like, you not no real head, son. You just a fucking poser, son. Like, cut that shit out. Stop trying to make this shit sound tough because you stuck in the fucking past, son. Get with what's new, son. Like, get with what's hot now.
This
like,
is Cool Killing the Mighty UMCs.
And the fact is, cats is grown men and women making shit that is speaking to grown men and grown fucking women. Y'all niggas is grown now, man. Stop talking like you still 15 years old or you still 19 fucking years old listening to hip hop. Nigga, you 40 something fucking years old. Nigga, what you talking about? You supposed to listen to some 40-year-old shit that sound like it's talking to you, that's consistent with the life you currently living, unless your ass really is with some time warp shit, nigga. Like, come on, son. Catch up, kid. Get with the fucking wave, man. Stop talking that dumb shit and be about some real shit. You know what I'm saying? That's love. That's one to go on from the heart. I'm not mad. Ain't nobody did nothing to me to get me upset. I'm chilling. I'm just keeping it a deck because there's an opportunity for good shit to happen. I see a lot of dope cats had dropped projects since like October last year. Was cats is putting shit out, and I'm not really seeing no momentum from all y'all motherfuckers claiming to be real hip hop heads. I just see a bunch of niggas on Instagram and Facebook talking shit like you real heads, but
it's relevant.
How long is it?
So much.
Couple seconds.
Step your shit up, yo. Damn.
I wouldn't offend your time.
I'm just
by running it long. But that's Cool Kim, and Cool Kim has a project out now. It's called Demo Music, and I'm gonna just give you 10 seconds of one of the tracks on it.
They asked me why I chose it because the demo is a demonstration for those who chose to oppose it. A spark in the dark. I write with a sharpie to sharpen, thus you know that each line I rhyme is a part of the deadliest art. See, I remember Tascam to turn tapes to 8 tracks, 10-second samplers with bass-heavy playback. Punch in, we ain't.
Give you a little bit of flavor of what Cool Kim from the Mighty UMCs has been doing and giving light to what he just. That was a post that he dropped on Instagram, and then it just grabbed me. I commented on that post. I thanked him because he checked me, which his words was right there as a reminder to me to say you need to do a little more. If you say you into hip hop and you a hip hop head, then you need to be more diligent and you need to be more supportive of these people that's out here doing work. And I'm not saying that I'm doing nothing, but those words that make the way I received those words was I could do a little bit more. That's all. Okay. And that's the message to you two on this panel, and any of you that's an earshot of them words. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
That's it.
TSK1, ladies and gentlemen. What do you got, Chrissy Mack? What you been listening to? Huh?
I've been listening to, in honor of my favorite group ever,
Where are we going?
Grammy Lifetime Achievement.
Anything else? Anything you want me to cue up particularly? Right here? Mm-hmm. Oh man, I got a funny story about this, but go ahead.
Mm-hmm. In case you didn't know, everybody watching this podcast should know this. Public Enemy.
This video was fucking awesome.
This album right here, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like when people use the phrase "it changed your life," this album spoke to my fucking soul. Like at a young age too, because I was kind of young when this came out.
Mm-hmm. Fucking yeah, this was my shit right here. This song in particular was my shit. I remember the story that I wanted to tell, and TSK1 knows this story. Back when POG was doing their thing, and they was doing like cover. They did a cover to Check the Rhyme. Was it, Ty?
It was the Bronx. No, the Bridges Over.
Was it? No, it was Check the Rhyme.
Yeah, they did do it. Bridges Over.
Westfield they did Westfield, but they actually did like Check the Rhyme.
Okay.
The actual song, and they did doing verses to it over like that, but they did the song, and I was trying to get Perp to do a cover of Black Steel in an hour of Chaos. I was like, yo, we need that from you. Like that's that song. Y'all, like you ain't gotta say, you use your own word, write your own rhyme to it, but that spirit of that song, I'm like, yo, I need that shit, but he never did it. No, nobody listens to me.
He had the voice for that too.
That's what I'm saying. Like he had the voice for it, and
anybody would be able to do it. It would be him.
Yeah, I was like,
know
yo,
that whole album about.
I was like, I was really like pumping that up, but it never materialized. But yeah, this whole album was fucking dope. This had everything on that motherfucker. You know
so I was listening to Public Enemy all week. In case you ain't know the news, they got the Lifetime Achievement Award at the Grammys, but there was a lot of controversy behind it because one, they had banned the Grammys back in the day. They said, I don't give a fuck about a goddamn Grammy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Then they got nominated.
Infamous words.
Then they got nominated for this award, right? But then when they got nominated for this award, the Academy was only recognizing their catalog up to Favorite Black Planet. They've been releasing albums. They still release albums. They still tour and all that. Then they tried to shit on DJ Lord, which has been their DJ for like the past 22 years. Yeah. And I don't know if anybody been to a Public Enemy concert, Prophets of Rage concert. Yo, DJ Lord is up there with DJ Dice. Like when it comes to cutting, he's probably one of my favorite DJs at that. So they got the award, but then they didn't televise the award.
I remember they just like did a glimpse thing, like a picture or something like that.
They didn't televise the award. You know what I mean? Because Chuck had wrote this letter about the chick.
Yeah, we talked about that
like
on the show.
Big scandal and everything like that. But this is what I've been listening to. I mean, you know what I mean? Congratulations to them. They earned that shit.
Absolutely fucking.
My favorite group ever. I got their shirt on. I got their hoodie to represent. I still get high. Every time I hear this shit, it's like the first time. Every time I hear Public Enemy, it's like the first time.
And her saying that about the Grammy, the Academy of the Grammy people, whatever the case may be, not recognizing their catalog up to a certain point is reminiscent of what you were just talking about just now. You know what I mean? Like you can't, like if they're still making music, how you going to cut off a point where like we're only recognizing that part of the catalog? That's some bullshit. You know what I mean? But a lot of the times. With the Grammys, a lot of the times what happens is the Grammy boards and everybody that's on the Grammy boards are in bed with the record labels and stuff like that. And a lot of times them fucking record labels, for all we know, fucking Coens said nah. They don't recognize nothing up until they got off a Def Jam.
Right.
You know what I mean? That kind of shit.
All their recent albums is on his own label.
Exactly.
Because Chuck got his own label.
Exactly.
He's got his own radio station.
Exactly.
They independent now.
See, that's the shit. That's the bullshit right there. And that's the backdoor politics of the fucking Grammys. That's fucking ass. You know what I mean? It doesn't have anything to do with merit or what you're doing and how your body of work. It's all fucking deals and who we hanging out with and what label is rubbing noses with this person.
The recognition of that award is attached directly to that machine of the recording.
Yeah, because they're all in bed with each other.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
You can pay to be
So
on a
fuck
Grammy
that
board.
award.
I have
Yeah.
the paperwork at home. If I had bank, I could pay to be on the board
Yeah.
with the other Grammy people. Like, it's not,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Well, shit, like I said, I was a part of the Philadelphia
So it's the
Film,
people with the
Film
fucking
Society.
money that's in there.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was a low level member, but I was still a member. But you had to pay to be a member. You know what I mean? Yeah.
pay dues and shit.
Yeah. Well, you pay a fee up front, it's like an annual fee, and you can renew it every year, whatever the case
How
may
much
be.
was your fee?
I think I paid. Mine was like mid level, so it was probably about maybe $100.
Word.
See, but thing with the $100 is it's not just you're paying for the membership, and I'm just a member, and I just sit there and say, get your card. It also includes like screenings,
shit.
yeah, free screenings and all that kind of stuff all year. You know what I mean?
You get a T-shirt.
Yeah, you get a T-shirt, you get screenings, you get all that kind of shit, and galas and all that kind of shit. When the Philadelphia
You get a keychain?
Film Festival comes along,
You get a keychain.
sometimes you get a little gift bag. You know what I mean? A little grab bag.
Little swag.
a little swag, whatever the case may be. But whatever, you know what I mean? But yeah, fuck the Grammys. What I've been listening to is Gangsta Grass. My brother, where you at? This is let me get into Gangsta Grass. Gangsta Grass is basically a group of musicians in New York City, founded and led by Brooklyn producer Wretch, who combined authentic bluegrass and rap into this genre group. This album that they put out just now, earlier this month, is an 8-track project with a reimaging of several hip-hop classics, putting a bluegrass spin on The Far Side's Pass Me By, Pharoah Monch's Simon Says, Big Daddy Kane's Wrath of Kane, to name a few. TSK1, you really would fuck with this right here, bro. Like...
That wrote those names you mentioned. It was like,
I see. Now, I like the violin.
Yeah. Shout out to Buck Wild.
And that's
Black Rob, what's
Whoa,
good, man?
Black Rob, John.
Check it out. The only thing that makes it a game is we play for keeps. Expanding man like Steely Dan and dilated peeps. Herbivores talking that tofu.
That's that. It's a bunch. It's only 8 Jones on.
Who is this?
it's Rapid King.
Shout out Big Daddy Kane and Marley Marl. Check it out. Got a motive to keep it like a loaded hip-hop rock. The motor, the shine's not corroded. Too hot to hold it once I drop this dope.
I like the original rhyme.
Kinda heated, but rocks not the bonus. Difference in the globe is too high not to notice.
They got some, like this. There's 8 tracks on here. And everything is dope. You know what I mean? Everything is dope on
Now
here.
that's clever. You know what I'm saying?
There's
That's-
somebody
that's-
else that does that too. This young boy named Daniel D. He's a violinist, and I watch him. He goes live on Facebook all the time. He's got like millions of followers because he goes live on certain days every week at a certain time, and he do hip hop violin.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, it's dope. It's
Yeah.
like this.
yeah. This shit is. I ran across this like
This
just
shit
on some
on,
happenstance
This
shit.
shit on what you call it?
It's on sound. It's on what website is this on? It's on this Audio Mac.
Audio Mac.
Yeah, Audio Mac. Yeah, it's on there. But they got other shit like this. But this particular mixtape is on Audio Mac. You know what I mean?
Audio Mac free.
I'll send the link out to you and everything like that.
Huh?
You can sell music on there, and then some people put free stuff up there. It's like that, Piff.
So that's what I was listening to earlier in the week, and then just recently today or Friday, Jadakiss new John dropped. Did you hear that?
saw that video,
the Kiss the
man.
Sky.
I saw the video. The video is at first I was like, yeah, all right, okay, but it was just going along with the theme of all the stuff he been dropping. It's like real theatrical,
Yeah.
like real cinematic and shit.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, yeah.
Yeah.
He's
Well,
like pulling it when he's doing he going into his LL bag. It felt like
now this he actually
the one with Ross.
he actually hinted to he has a new album coming out called Ignatius, named after inspired by Ice Pick Jackson was a Rough Rider A&R and everything like that and stuff like that. So we'll be looking forward to a Jadakiss project sometime later this month. I think they said the 28th, whatever the case may be. So I'm here for that.
Yeah, hell yeah. I'm like looking forward to some fun.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Then Lil Wayne dropped a surprise album, Funeral. Sorry. The joints I liked on here is called Ball Hard featuring Lil Twist. That's a dope John. Bing James featuring J Rock. J Rock tear that shit down. And then he has another joint called Know You Know featuring 2 Chainz. The guest appearance is stronger than Wayne. It's like Wayne don't even want to. It's like Wayne don't want to do it no more.
I was watching something. I don't know if it was because I've been on YouTube. You asked me what I've been like listening to. I ain't been listening to shit. I've been on YouTube a lot heavy. But it was like a promo something, and I saw it was Lil Wayne. I was like, ooh, that's Lil Wayne. But I liked what I heard. But that portion wasn't Lil Wayne.
Yeah.
It was a feature.
It was somebody else. Yeah, it
might
probably
have
was
been
J
that.
Rock. It was probably fucking J Rock and some fucking body.
I'm like, whoa. Then I focused and said Lil Wayne, but I'm not.
Yeah. So I mean, it's got like 24 fucking tracks on there.
I liked what I heard.
You know what I mean? So
I heard grabbed me.
Yeah.
me say
Like
that.
the guest appearance and it's top heavy. The album is really top heavy, and the guest appearance are fucking dope. You know what I mean? But that is what it is with Lil Wayne. So we're gonna be right back. More Rap Delites, more TSK1, more Chrissy Mack, ready to pod. You know what I'm saying?
Rap Delites. Rap Delites. Rap Delites.
Still playing a little gangster grass. Welcome back to the Rap Delites podcast. I am Bass. That is TSK1. That is Chrissy Mack. What's good, people?
Peace.
What's good?
Nah, this shit is hype, yo. This shit is hype. I would knock this in a crib, yo. I would.
No, this is dancing music. Remember we was talking about
Yeah,
this?
we was talking about that the other
Leslie?
week, yeah.
Yeah, you could definitely dance to that.
Yeah, so
I would knock this in my new car that hates me.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, how's the car thing going? Fucking piece of shit.
You asked me. Are you reaping good? Are you reaping good? I don't hate the car. I'm not gonna say it's a little bit too strong a language.
Okay.
But the fucking car hates me.
So it's like Christine? You ever see that movie?
Yeah. Christine was lovely.
Yeah, Christine was awesome.
Christine was lovely
Yeah.
compared to this bitch. This motherfucking cocksucker.
Oh, man, that's funny.
Are you weak, you? Your fucking car stuck a tap in my fucking pocket.
Oh, yeah? That's what they do.
Shit.
Cars are worse than kids.
I'm like, shit. What if I might as well fucking butts past it?
You know what I mean? Cars are worse than
Like
kids.
I've been doing.
All right, so let's get into it. We're going to play some little shit.
All right, yeah. Uh-oh. Come on, Chrissy, yell. Say, how you doing? Yell, Chris. Come on, Chrissy, yell.
That ain't really my shit.
I remember when that fucking song came out. I was like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah.
I'm like, why is she screaming? Like, I hate you so much. Trying to.
Like kind of like you in his headphones.
Yeah, I was like, come on, calm down. But I subsequently got into her later on.
Hell yeah.
But she just recently went public in an interview saying that the Neptunes stole the publishing for our first 2 albums. We just got finished having this conversation. Just got finished having this conversation.
Man, these motherfuckers is
So basically what she said is, this is what...
And this motherfucker dresses like a freak, too.
It's a chic.
It's a chic.
That's chic.
Fuck.
That's chic. That's European.
Shit. That's the last motherfuckers you want dressing.
It's European.
That's Bed Bath and Beyond.
It's Bed Bath & Beyond. You know what I mean? It's a nice quilt. So basically what Kelis said is when they were polying and talking about, you know what I mean, putting a record together, she said basically Chad and Pharrell basically they sat down with her and said they were going to split it into thirds. Okay. You get a third, I get a third, you get a third. You know what I mean? That's what we're going to do the record, to whatever the case may be. But when she got her contract didn't reflect the conversation.
Okay.
And she didn't realize it until...
So she signed based on, like,
a conversation.
What we said. Is this ethical, Chris?
That's why you're supposed to have an entertainment lawyer if you don't know how to read your own contract.
That's what you were saying. That's what you were saying. If you what do you say? If you stupid, boobats.
Yeah, if you find somebody smarter
how
than
the
you.
Italians say it.
Babu bots.
Babu bots.
Babu
If
bots.
you that, you gotta have somebody that's
Smarter than
that's
you.
smart.
Yeah, you have somebody smart.
I feel you. I feel you.
So she signed the contract based on the conversation, and she said she didn't even realize that she wasn't getting any money from the records until after like the tour slowed down. Because she said when she was touring and selling merch and stuff like that, she was getting money, so she didn't care. But now that there ain't no tours, now you're looking for that. Like, yo, ain't I supposed to be getting a check from that? And there ain't no check coming. Like, it's a check, but it ain't a third of the check.
So how do you? Are you done?
Oh, yeah.
How you feel about that?
How do I feel about it? I feel the same way Chrissy did. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
That you gotta
It's a business.
you gotta take care of your business. You can't sit up there and just shake hands and say, "Oh, my word is strong as oak" with some fuckers that you don't even know like that.
So was that some
Ain't
fucked
nobody
up shit?
your friend
Yeah.
in the music
So was that some
industry.
fucked up shit?
What?
Was that some fucked up shit them niggas did?
Well, I don't know what
Was that some fucked up shit?
I don't know what their
It's the-
business is.
it's the business.
I don't know
It's
what
the
like
business.
I don't know what their business is. Like I don't like you would in order to know if it was fucked up or not, you got to know how much they had invested, how much they had done musically for her,
Sure.
and the case may be. So you don't know. She might not have been doing a third of the work. So if you ain't doing a third of the work, how are you getting a third of the profit? It don't make no sense. Nobody's gonna do that. Nobody in business ever is gonna give you a third of something they worked hard for.
So you say it's her fuck up because she trusted them niggas.
No, I'm saying that
Mace, too.
she should have lawyered up. That's one. And I don't know what business that she put in as far as the album's concerned. If you just let's say for argument,
Should this prick say you should lawyer up?
yeah, well, yeah.
He should.
Every-
No. Everybody, you should
every
walk in
artist
lawyered up.
should have a
You
lawyer.
should walk in lawyered up. You know what I mean? You should walk in lawyered up.
A record contract is like that thick.
You should walk in lawyered up, or at least somebody, anybody that's smart enough to. Most of them don't even. You ever hear the conversations? I'm sure you heard. Most of them don't even read the contract because it's so fucking big, and it's filled with legal jargon and shit like that. They don't even read it.
Yo.
They just say, well, "How much am I going to get?"
I'm just saying this. I'm playing.
And listen,
How do I say it?
and those
Devil's
fuck.
advocate.
No,
What?
fuck no, because I don't advocate the devil. I made up some new shit. I made up some new shit.
Well, then we don't know the new.
Yeah, what's it? What is it? What's the
I
new
was
term?
about to tell you, I
Come on.
fucking forget it. It'll come to me.
But what I'm saying
What?
is, the Neptunes, Chad and Pharrell and Kelis aren't friends. They met each other as far as like industry is concerned, and then they started collaborating. She didn't grow up with them niggas. She didn't hang with them niggas. She don't know that's that Joe shit. That's that Joe shit. She was Joe, and she got work because she didn't have her paperwork together. You never heard the Clips complaining about anything because them niggas, they grew up with them niggas, and them niggas is niggas. Niggas like, yo, this is gonna happen, or I'm gonna come for you. You know what I mean? Them niggas know the Clips are street niggas, so they probably didn't fuck around. You know what I mean? And what I'm saying is like shit.
Especially a dude who dresses like this.
You know what I mean? What's your beef with Pharrell right now, bro? You got a beef with Pharrell? You got a beef with Pharrell? You got another one for real?
I'm fine. When that shit came out, we missed it. We skimmed past that.
Yeah. Well, that's
We ain't gonna skim past this one.
Lil Nas X. It's a cool outfit, you know what I mean? Look like something.
See, something you right.
Reminiscent.
You said it's cool.
It's
I ain't
reminiscent
say
of
it's
the.
cool.
Yeah.
I ain't say I would rock it. I ain't say it would rock
You
it.
said it's cool. Though.
I ain't say it would rock
You
it.
said
though.
that shit is
But look,
cool.
Wow.
but
outfit. It's a cowboy.
But just
Nah.
like Melly Mel and them.
Yeah,
back in
yeah,
the
Melly
day.
Mel was
I mean,
dressing
that's
like-
something they
Cool.
would've
Melly Mel
worn.
was dressing like that. Wrong?
I got pictures.
Everybody got
got
pictures.
the pictures.
Cowboy from Grandmaster Fashion and Fear 5 dressed like that.
Get the pictures.
We ain't gotta put them up. I'll put them on the website. I mean, on the show, but it'll be up. But they were dressed like that. Everybody, like I said, the only problem I got with Lil Nas X is the music is trash. That's the biggest problem. He could walk up there naked. If the music is dope, that nigga's he a cannon. Do whatever you do, bruh. You know what I mean? What are you gonna do? Motherfucker online was trying to grind me, talking about, you know what I mean? Jay-Z did all those songs because he was talking about Nas. He talking about Jay-Z was doing those songs with Frank Ocean. I'm like, Frank Ocean is fucking dope. Like Frank Ocean, I don't give a fuck what his sexuality is. His fucking music is dope. I'm not sleeping with that nigga. He ain't hanging out with me. I'm just buying a record. As long as the record is dope, I don't care about what that nigga got. I don't want to know who he's sleeping with.
Yeah, tell her. We already did that.
We already did. But whatever. But but the whole Neptunes thing and everything like that. Kelis played like she was being Joe. Hanging out with motherfuckers that she didn't know and she got worked.
That was that being said. That's that Joe shit.
That's that Joe shit. Am I lying, Chris?
No, because even people you grew up with, even people you think are your friends, you can't fucking trust. I'm telling you right now.
Exactly.
You can't fucking trust
Exactly.
them. Make sure your shit have
Paperwork.
a contract. Paperwork.
And
Paperwork.
The thing about the my new term is gonna come to me. But the devil's
end of the
advocate,
show.
the devil's advocate thing, yeah, more than likely, I'll bring it back.
We'll be upstairs eating
I'll bring
dinner.
it next show. I'll bring it next show
All right.
because I'll be fresh. It'll be I'll be concentrated. But no, nah. I mean, I know. I mean, I get all this shit. I'm just playing devil's advocate, and you know what I mean. I don't trust nobody.
You trust me? You think I would hamstring you?
Sometimes.
You think I would hamstring you
Nah, I don't think so.
out of money?
Nah. I don't think you would, but no. It's the thing, just in terms
good
of
to
being
know.
on your shit.
Yeah.
That's when
That would good. See, but I would pull your coat. I'd be like, yo, you know what I mean? Your painting is worth more than this, man. I ain't gonna give you $100 for you. You know what I mean? Here's $150. Then I'll go and sell it down fucking Miami for like 20 grand.
all I need is like 900 more to get to Mexico
There you go.
with Dom in it.
But just like I said with Diddy and Mase and everybody, you got to lawyer up. You got to have your fucking
Yeah, you gotta
paperwork together.
protect
You
your
got to
ass.
protect your ass. And you just can't go in there with that fucking handshake
Yeah,
and think you can only...
I don't fuck with the
No, you
the
can
record
listen.
industry.
You
record
can
industry can eat my ass.
listen. You can only go in with a handshake if you can beat the other guy up. That's the only time you can go into with a handshake. Like the mafia does handshake, and if you fuck them over, yeah, you know what I mean. That's the only way you can make a deal with a handshake is if you say, okay, you got my shit, I'm gonna kill you. On some like what was what was that movie with fucking Pesci Casino?
Casino?
Yeah. You put my
was
money
the
to
joint.
sleep. I put your fucking
Right.
head to
That was
sleep.
the joint I was saying about.
Yeah. That's the only way you can shake a nigga hand and say, all right, this is the deal. If you can come back and kill him.
That's the joint I would tell you about Glee.
You know what I mean? Right? Am I right?
Yeah.
That's a handshake deal.
Those are the
Those are the rules.
practices.
Yeah. All right. So Kelis, lawyer up. You got enough lawyers to go against
Yeah,
Nas.
Niece.
She got enough lawyers for Nas. She can
So
go get a lawyer
she
for
coming
that.
at Nas neck too.
Well, she already
that's
came at Nas.
yeah,
That's
that was
some other
some
shit.
other
You know what I mean?
personal shit.
Yeah.
I see she a farmer now. She
She got her
farm.
own farm. Yeah, she got her. Yeah.
All right, kudos to her for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Graffiti on the E train, Lower Manhattan. TSK react.
Inside job.
You think it was an inside job, or you know it was an inside job?
I'm not saying I know it was an inside job.
Did you help?
But no, you said it was a. When you say train, what do you think? Oh fuck! Now on the video, 9 cars went by, so I gotta believe that 10th car was painted too. All 10 cars, because trains in New York they run 10 cars. Not like little bullshit here in Philly.
How many trains in Philly?
We got little itty bitty cars and 6 of them.
Yeah.
There ain't that many people.
Okay.
So anyway, when that train ran into that from the footage, from the video footage.
Yeah.
When that train came, slowly coming into the station on the platform, in relation to where the camera was. Okay, I'm counting each car and it's going by, and each one is painted top to bottom. The whole fucking train, not one car.
The whole train.
So I'm not saying it's an inside job, because what it was, this train was parked in the subway. You know what I mean? And we've seen that from some of our favorite movies, that cars were parked in a subway. So that was a party.
Yeah.
That was a fucking s'mores. They got it in. Everybody, they ran the train.
They ran the train.
Everybody got something.
That's funny.
So nah, man, I was like, wow. So
you
in regards to an inside job, somebody knew something. Somebody knew when, somebody knew where, somebody knew how.
Do you think it might have been a thing where they just said like the transit system said, fuck it, just paint the train?
Maybe. Maybe because now from that article, it basically saying that the police are pointing at the transit authority or whichever transit system that was. Basically, it's your job to let the police know where y'all park a train.
Mm-hmm.
The transit system is saying it's your job to protect it and secure with the trains between the stations.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
it's now it's like you know.
It made me think of it's an apartment building on like 52nd and like Willows or somewhere around in that area. And I actually went and I was working in the apartment building and I go inside the elevator and the elevator is bombed with graffiti.
Mm-hmm.
It's like graffiti in it. I'm looking, and then I go inside the stairways, and it's just graffiti all over the stairways. And this is a brand like one of them brand new posh apartment buildings, or whatever like that.
Gentrified Jones.
Yeah, they actually preserved the hallway that was like when it was an abandoned building. Kept the graffiti in the hallway to preserve it on some hipster shit. You know what I mean? And the elevator, they took a picture of the graffiti that was in the original elevator, cleaned it, and then put like a
urethane.
Yeah, of it on the fucking inside of the fucking thing.
So they like put a protective coating or
No, it was like
they photographed.
They photographed it and put it back in. They took a picture of it
Right.
and then put it back in. Took the picture like not painted, whatever they do, and had it back inside the fucking elevator. So when I
it's
saw
like a rat.
yeah, it's like a wrap.
Like when they wrap vehicles.
Yeah,
and shit,
yeah, like that.
It's like that. Shit.
Yeah, it's like that. It's in the fucking elevator. So when I saw that was months ago when I saw that. So when I saw that, I'm
I
like,
bet you some prick named Carter.
yeah, and I'm
or
like
fucking
this is
Chester
what the
did that
motherfuckers
shit.
is doing now. Like it's hip and cool to have graffiti written all over shit.
Oh, word? All right. All right.
Mac, did you see the train?
Yeah.
I mean, it looked good, Ty.
No,
Yeah.
I saw it. I watched it. That shit. I was like, a couple of them I like more than others, but every fucking car, top to bottom,
Right,
pool
windows
car.
and everything.
Yeah.
Top to bottom,
Yeah.
pool car.
I think Metro wanted to do that. I think it was some like cool, some hipster shit. All these people moving to New York, all these new kids and stuff like that. I think it's some hip. We're hip. We're cool. Look, we got graffiti on our train. But it's like
because they evoked the deaths of Dundee and Phase 2.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't say them by names, but they saying this rash of because this is supposed to be the fifth one.
Mm-hmm.
This rash of hits by graffiti artists in New York City that could be inspired by these two legendary and famed writers going back to the essence.
Yeah, so that's what I think happened. That's me personally.
Because you quickly once you text that in our group text, I immediately replied
Inside
job.
Inside job. Yeah. So we're hip to you, Metro. We hip. We know what's going on out there.
Yeah, stop. Y'all fronting. Stop fronting.
All right. Apple Plus is distributing the Beastie Boys story documentary directed by Spike Jonze. Basically discussing the 40-year friendship and the rise and fame of the hip-hop group that exploded in the 80s. Are you going to be checking for this
Spike
Beastie
Jonze?
Spike Jonze.
Is he in relation to Spike
Lee?
Lee?
Nah. Spike Jonze is Spike Jonze did
he bite off his Spike Lee name?
I think that's his real name.
Word?
You know what I mean? I don't know. But are you going to be checking out the documentary for the Beastie Boys?
Yeah, I respect them Beasties. I respect the Beasties. I respect them for more for their instrument, as musicians.
Mm-hmm.
You know
Well, that's
I'm
what they
saying?
started out as.
Right, but
Yeah.
the stuff that they played post the rap shit,
Mm-hmm.
shit. Wait, Gui, what was that? The in way out. They put out a series of CDs. It was like 3 fucking CDs. I got one of them. The In Way Out album or some shit. Like, I was in. It was an in-store play, and I'm like, what the fuck is this? That's the Beastie Boys. Fucking Beastie Boys. That was the Beastie Boys, and that was them just playing ridiculously. This shit is bananas, man.
Chrissy Mack, you here for the Beastie Boys documentary?
If it comes across a free platform, I'll watch it.
Were you a Beastie Boys fan back in the day?
I wouldn't use the word fan.
Okay.
I wouldn't use the word. I mean, like if it came on, it came on.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
But it wasn't somebody.
It wasn't. I didn't
run
go
towards
to
it.
any of their concerts. I didn't run out to buy shit when it dropped.
Mm-hmm.
What where is it coming on at?
It's gonna be on like Apple Plus TV.
Oh,
Yeah,
I'm with Chris.
exclusive
Yeah, I'm
ass
with
shit.
Chris.
Well, but you could probably find it on the dark web, some
Right.
shit like that. And I'm gonna try to find it, try to check it out, or whatever the case may be. But you know, I was Mel Banks got me into the fucking Beastie Boys. I wasn't into the Beastie Boys, but my man Mel, he used to bring the
He used
tape
to
over,
quote-
and he's just always be playing the fucking Beastie
What's your
Boys.
favorite song? Like I can't even think one off the top
I
of my
like the
head.
earlier
But I'm
stuff.
like,
I like I didn't
Revere.
Paul
Paul
Revere. The first two albums was at Paul's Boutique.
Paul's Boutique
And
License to Ill.
License to Ill. That's where that was my Beastie Boys fix right there. And Paul Revere
No
and
Sleep Till
No
Brooklyn.
Sleep Till Brooklyn, stuff like that, off of the first album and stuff like that. Because they used to be all over the fucking MTV and all over the videos and stuff like that.
I mean, I remember they songs, but
Yeah.
I'm like, if I had to pick one, I wouldn't.
You wouldn't, yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't that much of a fan.
Yeah, but I'll be looking forward to seeing a documentary. I love documentaries anyway. I just saw
Yeah,
a documentary called Citizen K with about like the Russian the politics in Russia. That shit is wild, man. Putin is like a fucking gangster.
I was watching. I was checking the doc last night. You too.
Yo,
Yeah,
Putin
fuck
is
the documentary.
gangster.
Is he?
Yeah.
Man.
He ain't fucking around. Like you fuck around with Putin, he put one right here. You know what I mean? Oh man, so we're gonna be right back. More Rap Delites, more TSK1, more Chrissy Mack.
Rap Delites. Rap Delites. Rap Delites.
Welcome back to the Rap Delights podcast. I am Bash. That is TSK1. That is Chrissy Mack. We're going to give a birthday shout out to Big Boy from Outkast. Birthday shout out to Cameron from Dipset. And also a birthday shout out to J Dilla, who is the artist of the week. You like J Dilla, TSK1?
I love Dilla. I love Dilla.
Shout out to all of them brothers. So we're gonna get into some Dilla. We're gonna shoot. Let me pull up some real quick stuff, real quick. Artist of the week,
Let me
J
see
Dilla.
What you got? Can we let it play, or we still gotta let it play 10
Yeah,
seconds?
you gotta play like yeah, cause we don't own it.
A little snippet,
A little
snippet here and there.
little snippet here and there. You know what I mean? We can play a little bit, but J Dilla is a record producer, rapper who emerged in the mid '90s from Detroit, Michigan hip hop scene. Is 1/3 of the acclaimed music group Slum Village. Dilla was one of the musical industry's most influential hip hop artists, and working with notable acts such as Tribe Called Quest, De La Soul, Busta Rhymes, Erykah Badu, The Roots, Pharcyde, Madlib, Common. Yeah, you know what I mean? He was also a founding member of the collective known as the Soulquarians, along with Questlove, the Uma and the Soulquarians, with James Poyser, D'Angelo, Questlove, Q-Tip, Ali Shaheed Muhammad, TSK1, J Dilla.
Put the track "Fall in Love" by Slum. There's that like it was Perp that put me onto that. Perp and Fats. I mean, around that time we was running a lot. We still all down the way. And man, when I heard this track, man, I was like, yo, what? I was like, what the fuck is that? This track still sticks me.
Yeah, I remember
This like ballad status to me, just in terms of the energy and the strength that this track brings, man. Dilla to me was like, it was like always these like R&B tracks or just tracks, period, whatever. You know, that was just untouchable tracks that you just shouldn't touch.
Mm-hmm.
But to me, Dilla shattered that theology or that thinking, because he touched tracks that these obvious, songs or whatever, and he just did the thing to him. You know what I'm saying? Because he took from what Pete Rock and Pete Rock, Tip and Premier you know, their mastery of the chop, Dilla began there and took it further.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And we know those are masters in chop and shit.
Yeah.
But what Dilla did, man, is just it's special. You know what I mean? I like it, and B9 taught me this. He taught me this in regards to donuts, and is just chasing down those original samples that that everything, those beats that went into Dilla's Donuts, which was the last project that he did, the famed project his last famed project that he did pretty much on his deathbed.
Yeah. Let me run down some of his discography. Can I do that real quick?
Please.
2001, Welcome to Detroit. 2003, Champion Sound with Madlib and J-Lib. 2006, Donuts. 2006 also The Shining. 2007 J Love Japan. 2009 J Stay Paid, and 2016 The Diary. He has a bunch of other production credits and singles and remixes, and I mean his discography is fucking bananas. You know what I mean? We wouldn't even be able to give it justice on a segment on this show. You know what I mean? To give his whole discography a fucking fair shake on there, but
his mother is affectionately known as Ma Dukes, and Miss Yancey, she has a website, and basically administering and overseeing his work and selling everything, everything. You know what I mean?
Chrissy Mack, J Dilla.
J Dilla, an iconic producer. You can't say hip hop without J Dilla, in my opinion. And he from Detroit. Yeah. You already know.
You already know you in Detroit.
That sound is my shit. I mean, his catalog is so extensive and amazing. And I loved Slum Village. They were one of my favorite groups. His production in Slum Village. And my favorite De La Soul song is Stakes is High. He produced that as well. My favorite producer from Detroit is Black Milk, which was his protege. And he's like Dilla, but he took it his own way. I mean, Black Milk producer fans, y'all know what I'm talking about when I say that.
Ain't too much to say.
It's just
you know, the loss for words.
I am. I met my Dukes at a Slum Village show.
Okay.
Because of course, I was at the Slum Village show. It's just rest in peace, man.
Rest in peace.
They're going too early, man. And same to the other members of Slum Village that passed as well too, man.
I actually didn't get into the Dilla stuff till like later on. I was like, but for different reasons. I was like just boycotting all kinds of. I was on some other shit. And I just wasn't fucking with any of the underground shit at all. I just wasn't. It wasn't registering me at the time. The thing that got me into him is the stuff he started doing with the R&B stuff. You know what I mean? And that's then I like subsequently backtracked from the R&B stuff, from the stuff he was doing with the Uma and stuff he was doing, and I like backtracked to his original stuff right there. And it's a funny story about him. Remember Marvin I used to work with down at the bank? Yeah. Marvin, shout out to Marvin if you ever get a chance to watch any of this shit. He was a fucking loon. He was, yo, Guido, you remember Marvin? I used to work with down at the bank. Yeah, big tall motherfucker. He's a fucking loon. He was, last time I saw him, he was a cop. You know what I mean? I'm like, yo, they gave you a dumbass a badge. He said, can you believe that? But Marvin, cousin, the very first time I heard like the hip hop stuff that Dilla was doing was this song right here, Pause. And Marvin was playing it in his car because Frank and Dank is Marvin's cousins. And he was like, yo, this is my cousin's shit right here. And I'm like, what the fuck is this? He kept playing this shit. Like, this is the only song he kept playing. And he kept quoting it and shit like that. But that was like, I didn't know who it was. Right. You know what I mean? He was just playing. I thought it was some random motherfuckers. You know, people put out records all the time. You know, I just saw some dudes that he knew. And you're like, this is my cousins with her. Not J Dilla's not his cousin. Frank is his cousin. Not Dang, but yeah.
I've mentioned on previous podcasts that my first introduction, I'm just being around Purban. I didn't know Slum Village was Dilla.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't. You know what I'm saying? Then fast forward to that, my first, was Adult Swim.
Mm-hmm.
Because Adult Swim features, a lot of producers, beats, when they do their bumper music, when they're going back.
Schoolie D is on there, ain't he?
Well, that's a show.
That's the show, yeah.
This is in between shows, going out of segments into like commercial breaks.
Okay.
Then B9 put the vinyl of Donuts in my hand. He said, "You need this," and when Black does that, I don't fuck around. I'm out and I go get it, and just spending time with it intimately. And I was like, "Fucking Adult Swim." All my favorite shows.
I love it when that happens. You know what I mean? When you hear something you like, yeah, that's my shit right there.
And I took it personal to a degree that was just more than just really, it was like wow.
That's what I did when I heard that Paul song. When I heard it on the actual Dilla album, I'm like, oh, that's the shit Marvin was playing. Like I said, I got back with it later. So I was like, that was the joint Marvin. By then Marvin was gone and he was doing whatever he was doing, whatever the case. So I didn't have a chance to damn, I didn't even know what you was playing. You was putting me on to some shit, you know what I mean? But that's dope, man. So I want to give a shout out to J Dilla, Artist of the Week.
And it's one of the things I like, what B9 taught me is to chase down those original samples. And I love listening to those originals. When you can find one of those, I like those original tracks that Dilla used. I love just really compiling them and really getting into his mind. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. All right, J Dilla. Let's give him. For J Dilla, Artist of the Week for the Rap Delites podcast. All right, 50 Cent got a star on the Walk of Fame. TSK1 react.
Yeah, I watched it. Honestly, when you send a lot of that stuff in the group text, I'd be like, all right, Then I watched it, and I was like, and it was just more personal.
Mm-hmm.
And I respect 50 Cent. It was early footage of him. He might have been on a project, balcony or roof,
and
he was basically, he was still in the street.
Yeah,
and he was talking about what his intensity about getting it and going after what it is that he got to get.
Mm-hmm.
I equate him and Kobe of the same cut from the same cloth, of that mind. So I respect 50 inspirational in just in terms of being motivated. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And watching, I appreciated that star, or him accepting that star from that regard. Not anything entertainment, because I watched the 50 Cent movie the other day. On Amazon.
Yeah, that was actually a good movie.
And it wasn't good.
That was a good movie, man. You didn't like it?
It was okay.
It was good for him. I wasn't expecting him to win no fucking Oscar.
Wait, Ryan Phillippe?
Yeah.
Yeah. Ugh.
Oh no! You said
it was an older movie.
Oh no! I thought you were saying you was watching the movie Get Rich or Die Trying.
No.
Oh yeah. That's the movie I'm talking about. Yeah, you talking about just some random 50 Cent movie?
Other movie.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I get you.
It was
yeah, I get what you're saying. Get Rich or Die Trying. Get Rich or Die Trying was that shit was working. Did you ever see Get Rich or Die Trying?
Yeah,
that shit was working. I was like, damn, this ain't too bad, because they had Terrence Howard in there. They surrounded him with motherfuckers.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So he could look good. You know what I mean? But 50 Cent Walk of Fame star, Chrissy Mack, what do you think?
Hate it or love it,
You
can't deny what he has built. You gotta respect that. You know what I'm saying? Take the personality aside and the shenanigans.
50 is full of shenanigans.
You figure it's 2020. He came out, 99, 2000, something like that. That's 20 years. He's still here. His name is still in everybody's mouth consistently.
Yeah.
that's, you built something.
Yeah, like this dude.
You got a legacy now.
This dude, like I said this on many a times on the record and definitely on this podcast that this dude really did it. Like this, he's the only rapper that I've ever seen in my entire life. I'm 40. I'll be 43 years old in another couple weeks. I've never seen anybody obliterate another rapper the way he did with Ty. In hip hop, have you ever seen anything like that?
No, not even from LL.
Yeah, not from nobody. I've never seen nobody just he demolished him. He cleaned the floor with him. He mopped the floor with him. He was done. He was washed. He couldn't even put out records no more. I've seen motherfuckers lose battles and say I lost, and then they put out another record and they keep on going. That nigga he demolished them. Like niggas, it was like he made it whack for you to listen to Ja Rule songs, even the old stuff. 50 Cent made it whack for you to listen to. You can't listen to him no more. Now you corny because now you aligned with him. Now you a cornball. And throughout all of the shenanigans, all of the bullshit and arguments online with motherfuckers and stuff like that, this dude has built up an empire of his own, and it's even outside of rap.
That's what I'm talking about.
You know what I mean?
That's what got when he crossed over out of entertainment, just music entertainment.
Yeah.
But into strictly business, it was
You know, and you know the thing that caught my attention first was them vitamin waters.
Yeah.
I was like, huh? You know what I mean? He did the whole vitamin water thing, and but that all comes from that street hustle.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That it don't go nowhere. You just change lanes. You know what I mean? So he just took what he was doing in the streets and took that same hustle mentality and put it into whatever else he was doing. Yeah. That's why Jay-Z's a success. That's why this dude is a success, because they just took those fucking skills and put them into that fucking business. That's when we was talking about earlier about the streets and learning the street business. And then, I mean, trying to learn the other kind of businesses, the music and stuff like that. Them dudes did it. Like, some people just aren't doing it. They're not taking their business. They're not savvy.
Right.
They're not savvy. They're just shaking hands, saying, "Oh, we cool." No, you got to be savvy. You got to be able to maneuver. And if you weren't maneuvering in the streets good, you ain't gonna maneuver in the fucking industry good.
Not at all.
You know what I mean? But they gonna fucking wash you. You gonna be fucking dumb. But shout out to 50 Cent for getting a star on the Walk of Fame and all the stuff he's doing with Power. You watch Power?
I don't.
You watch Power?
I don't watch TV.
Yeah. I don't watch TV either, but I heard it's pretty good TV. You ever watch Power, Guido? Yeah. You fuck with it? Yeah, it's dope. Yeah, and he in there acting. I saw
acting.
I saw in one scene. I was just like, I was at the barbershop and they was playing it, and he was like walking to a car and he was eating Crown Fried Chicken. I'm like, that's funny to me. Like that's some nigga shit right there. Like that ain't something some white person said, yo, you know what I mean? Hey, grab some heat. Like that's some shit like, yo, I'm gonna grab some chicken and keep it moving. You know what I mean? It was just I like 50 Cent. And a lot of motherfuckers don't like him for whatever the case may be. But I dig the fact that he just does whatever he wants to do. And he's relentless about it. Like it doesn't matter. I don't give a fuck whether it's beefing with motherfuckers or whether it's building businesses. He does whatever the fuck he wants to do.
You know what though? If I got shot 5 times and survived, I think I'd be doing whatever the fuck I wanted to do. So I wouldn't give a fuck.
Yeah.
I'd feel invincible.
Yeah.
Some of his some of the best Drink Champs episodes the episodes where he's on.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I think
because he speaks so frank.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He speaks so. I remember one time he was having
them shits is so long.
He was having a conversation with some interview or whatever like that. And he was talking about Diddy and when he like first started out, and Diddy was like, "Yo, you know, we should hang out. I'll take you shopping or something like that." And he was like, "You ain't taking me shopping. I ain't letting no man take me shopping. Who the fuck do you think I am?" It's just funny, man. He's funny.
Yeah,
he's funny. You know what I mean? And everybody ain't funny. You know what I mean? But he's funny. So shout out to 50 Cent. Shout out to Dilla. Shout out to TSK1. Shout out to Chrissy Mack. Shout out to my man Guido over there. Shout out to my daughter Dominique helping us out today. Even though she ain't got no choice. Got anything else to say, TSK1?
I know out of all the people in the room, there's only 2 of us that are pretty good sports fans.
Mm-hmm.
Who you like in the Super Bowl?
In the Super Bowl?
probably didn't even know who the fuck playing in this.
Who is it? 49ers and the Chiefs?
Good.
Yeah.
You get one of these.
Yeah.
You get one of
Now,
these.
do I give a fuck who win?
No.
No.
No, it's funny, right? Because like Andy Reid is the head coach of the Kansas City Chiefs.
Uh-huh.
So and those sports fans who know, Andy Reid spent 14 years as the head coach of the Philadelphia Eagles.
Mm-hmm.
So
And he went to the Super Bowl with the Eagles.
once, yes.
Yeah.
So so I said, well, you know what? I'm rooting for Andy.
Yeah.
I'm a root for Andy to get one, and yeah.
In that vein, I could see me rooting for the
Right.
Chiefs then.
Until he had Donovan
McNabb.
Give us a
pep talk.
a pep talk or motivational speech to the players. And I said,
What did he tell him? What did he tell him? How not to throw up Campbell's soup in the fucking huddle?
I was like,
Remember he was throwing up in the huddle?
come on, man. I was like, no, now I'm going for the 49ers.
McNabb's a loser.
Because he's a fucking mush.
Yeah, he's a loser. Eating that chunky soup. Him and his mama eating
Yo,
chunky
yeah,
soup, throwing up in the huddle.
T.O. roasted him on Twitter.
He was supposed to. He was supposed to. Donovan McFlab is a nut job, man. He cornball. He corn.
Yo, hey, Gweet, even he know it.
Yeah, he corn. He corn. He's soft. That guy is soft. The booze and the kuncha tell him what to do.
That's what T.O. said.
Yeah, I mean, Chrissy Mack. You got anything else to say, Chrissy Mack?
Nah.
you did.
After all that,
you
zoned
good?
out.
You good? You good? All right, we just want to give a shout out to everybody that's watching at home, everybody watching for the first time, everybody watching for the last time. Make sure y'all subscribe to the YouTube channel. Make sure y'all watch us on every platform that you can watch us on. Make sure y'all listen to every platform you can listen to us on. Shout out to our sister, Miss Smith. We're going to be back next week. More Rap Delites, more TSK1, more Chrissy Mack. Peace.
Rap Delites. Rap Delites. Rap Delites.